Hi everyone, welcome sa review series. Today we'll solve a problem that involves beam deflections using area moment method. So we have a typical simply supported beam here acted upon by three loads, one concentrated force, 5 kilonewtons, one concentrated moment, 18 kilonewton meter, and another triangular load varying from 0 to 4 kilonewton meter per meter. Okay, so our objective is to solve for the deflection at point C, which is here, okay, using area moment method. So in using area moment method, the first thing we need to do is to solve for the support reactions using statics. So if we draw the free body diagram of our beam, it will look something like this. So we have a reaction at this roller. Let's call RA. This is point A, point B. Then we have another reaction at RB. And then we have the resultant of the triangular load, which is equal sa 12 kilonewtons. So this is 1/2 times 4 times 6. Okay? And the 5 kilonewton concentrated force. And the concentrated moment is 18 kilonewton meter. So if we use equilibrium equations, some forces along the horizontal will get the horizontal reaction at the pin support to be equal to 0. If we sum forces along the vertical equal 0, we'll get RAY minus 12 minus 5 plus RB equals 0. However, we can't solve this equation yet. We need another equilibrium equation, which is summation of moments about point A, which will yield minus 12 times this distance. So that's 4 meters. Okay, minus 5 kilonewtons times this distance, which is 6 meters, plus RB times this distance, which is 10 meters, minus 18, the concentrated moment, which should be equal to 0 as well. So from the summation of moments, we can solve for the value of RB equal to 6 kilonewtons. And substituting to our summation of forces, we'll get RAY equal to 11 kilonewtons. So once we've solved for the support reactions, we can now draw the moment diagram by parts of our beam. So say this is our beam. And here are the loads. This is 11 kilonewtons. Then we have the triangular load, 4 kilonewton per meter. Then the concentrated load force, 5 kilonewtons. This is 6 kilonewtons, and we have the concentrated moment, 18 kilonewton meter. Okay? So, in drawing the moment diagram by parts, you can freely select the reference section. It's based on what you want, okay? But for this specific example, I'll put our reference section at point C. So, by using point C as our reference section, we don't need to edit our triangular load. Okay? The reason for that is if we put our reference section at A, okay? If we put our reference section at A, then we have to add or subtract an additional load for the condition for moment diagram by parts to work. Okay? So for triangular loads, the highest intensity load should be on the reference section. So knowing that condition, the best reference section to use is at point C, therefore. Now, if we do this, we can draw the moment diagram contributed by each load, starting with the 11 kilonewton force. So this is the 11 kilonewton force. That force will contribute a triangular load or triangular moment with magnitude equals to PL, P times the length, which is 11, times this length, which is 6 meters, divided by EI. So simplifying, this will give us 66 over EI. And take note that this is positive moment because this will make our beam smile. Okay? And then for the triangular load, so we have this triangular load here. This will induce a third-degree bending moment with height equal to omega, which is 4 times L squared. L squared is 6 squared over 6 EI. So simplifying, this is 24 over EI, but take note that this will induce a negative moment. Okay? Now moving on to our two more loads. By the way, the 5 kilonewton force will not contribute a bending moment because the concentrated force acts on the reference section. So it doesn't have the length in the formula. Now on the other side, the 6 kilonewton force, similar to the 11 kilonewton force, will produce a triangular bending moment of height equal to 6 kilonewtons times this length, which is 4 over EI. So that is equal to 24 over EI. Okay? And finally, the concentrated 18 kilonewton meter moment will produce a positive constant moment equal to 18 over EI over EI. Okay? So these are our bending moment diagram by parts, okay, which is necessary in using our area moment theorems. Once we draw our area moment diagram by parts, then we'll use, or we're now ready to use the area moment theorems that we know. So first, we draw or we sketch the possible configuration of our beam because of this load. So let's say our beam will deflect this way. Okay, so this is our elastic curve, and this one is just based on our observation, what might happen to the beam because of these loads. So this is only an assumption, and no need to draw this to scale because yeah, it's just a sketch. But it's really helpful, especially in determining geometric relationships. So this is point A, this is point C here, and this is point B. Okay, so what we're looking for is this value, let's call YC, or the deflection of point C. Okay, and yeah, once we've drawn the elastic curve or sketched the elastic curve, our next step is to select a reference tangent. Okay, when we say reference tangent, that is the tangent line at a certain point in which we will refer our geometric parameters to. So in this case, we can select the tangent line at A to be our reference tangent, or we can select the tangent line at B as our reference tangent. For our case, let's use the tangent line at B. So this is the tangent line at B. So this is point B. So again, this line is tangent at point B. And we need this angle here, which is called theta b. So theta b is the slope of the tangent line at B with respect to the horizontal. Okay? So, using our tangent line at B, then we can define some parameters that we can use. The first one is this distance here. So, this distance is the vertical distance of point A from the tangent line at B. That is the tangential deviation of A with respect to the tangent line of B. Similarly, this point here, from the deformed position of point C up to the tangent line of B, that is the tangential deviation of point C with respect to the tangent line of B. So, looking at these similar triangles, okay, we can create a relationship between TAB and TC with respect to B. So, by similar triangles, okay, we'll get the magnitude of T of A with respect to B over this entire length, which is 10 meters, is equal to the magnitude of the deflection of C plus the magnitude of the tangential deviation of C with respect to B over this distance, which is 4 meters. Okay, so to solve for the deflection at C, we need these two parameters here. So the tangential deviation of A with respect to B, by definition, is the first moment of all areas between A and B, of all areas under the M over EI diagram between A and B, where the centroids are measured from point A. So, since we have a finite number of areas, regular shaped areas, this integral can be approximated using a summation from A to B and x bars of A of all areas under the M over EI diagram. Okay? So, we'll apply this. So, we'll get, so all the areas between A and B, that is point A and this is point B, that means all the area in our moment diagram by parts. So, we have 4 areas to consider. Let's start at this one. The tangential deviation of A with respect to B is x bar times the area under the M over EI diagram. Okay? Area. Okay. So, first, the area of this triangle, that is 1/2 times 6 times 66 over EI times its x bar measured from A. So, the location of the centroid of this area is here. So, that is 1/3 of this base, that is 2 meters. So, measured from A, that is 4 meters. Okay? And then this area here, the area is 1/5 times base, which is 6, times the height, which is negative 24 over EI. Okay? Times yung centroid. The centroid of this one is at this point. That length is 1/5 of this length, so that's 6/5 meters. So, measured from A, that would be 6 meters minus 6 over 5. And then plus area of this triangle, that is 1/2 times 4 times its height, 24 over EI, times its centroid is here, that is 1/3 from our reference section, so that is 1/3, 4/3 meters, and measured from A, this point is 6 plus 4 over 3 meters. And finally, for our fourth area, so the area of that rectangle is 4 times 18 over EI times the centroid is here, measured from A, that is, if this is 2 meters, up to A, that is 6 plus 2 meters. So we should get a value equals to 1547.2 over EI. Okay? And then similarly, we need TC with respect to B. So using the same formula, but this time, instead of measuring the centroids with respect to A, we'll measure all the centroids with respect to C. And we will only consider all areas between B and C. So those areas between B and C are these two. So let's start at this area. That is 1/2 times 4 times 24 over EI times its x bar measured from C. So that is 4/3. And then, at this point, this area is also between B and C. The area of this is 4 times 18 over EI times the centroid from C. So that is 2 meters. So we should get a value equal to 208 over EI. And substituting everything to our similar triangle equations, so we'll get 1547.2 over EI divided by 10 equals YC, which is the one we're looking for, plus 208 over EI divided by 4. So we can get the magnitude of the deflection equal to 410.88 over EI. Okay, now since EI is also given in our problem, we can substitute. So take note that the value 410.88, those are in kilonewton meter cube. Therefore, our EI should be in kilonewton meter squared. And to do that, we need to check the units of E and I. So EI is 200 GPA. So GPA is times 10 to the 6 kilonewtons per cubic meter multiplied to I, which is 125 times 10 to the minus 6. This is meters to the 4th. Okay? So, multiplying, we'll get the product of EI is equal to 25,000 kilonewton meter squared. So that's what we're going to use in this equation. So to get YC equals 410.88 over 25,000. Okay, and what we will get is 16 or 0.0164 millimeters. Meters rather. Meters, or this is 16.4 millimeters. But please take note that the deflection should be negative since our point moved downwards. Okay? So, there. So, I hope you learned something about the area moment method. And you can try solving the same problem using the reference tangent at A and see if you can arrive at the same answer. Okay? Thank you very much.